Make some new.
It's Rick and Sasha. Number's 888-909-1514. All right, Clean and Lean, 30 days, 30 foods, a new you, and that is the book that Sasha the Diva is holding in her hand right now.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Ian, I see you sent it to me, so I don't know if you're trying to tell me a little something. How you doing, beautiful?
Hey, good morning. No, I'm not saying anything other than I love you. That's all I'm saying.
I love you back. But, it's great weather, spring and summertime, and people always want to start eating better and losing weight. This is a perfect time for this book to come out. What we got to do, honey?
Well, let me tell you something. First of all my books, this may be the easiest of my books. All the people on my Facebook group called Cleaner Get Leaner. So if you're listening, join us. Cleaner Get Leaner. Got 27,000 people. They say of all the programs, this is the easiest. Basically, Clean and Lean is the meeting of clean eating with intermittent fasting. Mm-hmm. And both programs by themselves, just clean eating will help you lose a lot of weight. Same with intermittent fasting. When you combine the two, like I do in Clean and Lean, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It actually equals 3 because up to 15 pounds in 30 days. And it's a very flexible program. The foods are very affordable. Mm-hmm. Every day is spelled out for you. You get 3 meals and 3 snacks. And it really is a fun program because not only are the results very quick, but you feel like you're not putting much effort into it. And that's what people really want on a program.
Now, Dr. Ian, what's like too much weight for someone to lose quickly?
It's not how much weight, it's how you lose the weight.
Okay.
So if you're doing things like, lemonade diets where you put cayenne pepper in it, apple cider vinegar diets, all those extreme diets, you lose weight very rapidly, but you're doing it in a very unhealthy way.
Right.
I don't mind rapid weight loss, but I want you to do it in a way that's sustainable. So with Clean and Lean, you can do this program forever. And let me just say something about intermittent fasting because there's a lot of confusion about what that really is, right? So intermittent fasting is not starvation.
Right.
You get actually to eat. You have feeding windows and you have fasting windows.
Okay.
So basically you choose to do an 8-hour fast, 10-hour fast, or a 12-hour fast.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, you start eating. Your eating window starts at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
And you eat all the way to 8 p.m. at night.
Okay.
So you put all your food during that time. Then from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning is your fasting time.
Okay.
So that would be a 12-12 situation.
All right.
Okay, 12 eating, 12 fasting. But you can reduce it. You could just make it a 10-hour fast.
Got it.
The longer you're in your fast, the more you drive into your fat stores.
Okay.
Because fat is a storage form of energy.
Right.
So think about it. If you're not eating food, you don't have calories and energy from food. Your body says, I need energy from somewhere.
Right.
It goes right into your fat stores.
Dr. Ian, what do I have to give up? Do I have to give up do I have to give up my coffee?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so during your fast, you can have coffee.
But Dr. Ian, she has coffee with 8 sugars and 10 creams.
No, we can't do that.
That's what
No. We got to reduce the processed ingredients. So you can have a little splash of organic milk in your coffee. That's fine. You can have herbal tea and you can have water. This is during your fasting part, right?
Okay.
So during your fast, you can have it. You just can't have food calories. Because if you eat food while you're fasting, then your body is going to switch from burning fat to burning the food calories that you just had. We don't want to do that, right? We want to keep going into our fat stores. So that's what you have to do. You have to keep eating during your feeding window and fasting during your fasting window. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if you look in our Facebook group, Cleaner Get Leaner, we got people, some lady from Canada dropped 13 pounds in 11 days. A guy lost 50 pounds. He actually just signed with the Carolina Panthers. TJ Barnes was awesome. And he just hit me up on Instagram. He found me, said, Dr. Ian, I'm doing your plan. So those listening now, hit me up on Instagram, actually, at Dr. Ian Smith. Spell the doctor out, I-A-N Smith. Mention Rick and Sasha. The first 5 people, I'll send you a copy of Clean and Lean. How about that?
There it is.
But what happens after I get off? Now I'm done. I got the 15 pounds. Then what do I eat after?
Well, you don't really get off in the sense of the whole thing is about this making this a lifestyle thing, right? So you're now making smarter decisions. You're not eating as much processed food anymore. You're not following the book to the T anymore, but now you're making smarter decisions. For example, to look at the back of a package, if it has 10 ingredients, you're not going to eat it. You can also still do intermittent fasting. Maybe instead of doing a 10-hour window, you do just an 8-hour window. So this is a lifestyle thing, and people have been doing it, for 2 months now, and they feel like, hey, I can do this forever.
Yeah, you know what? People were also taught by their trainers, you need 3 main meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between those snacks. What do you say about that?
So I have a different view. I think that I don't break it down anymore between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I call them meal 1, meal 2, meal 3.
Right.
Because if you start your feeding window at 11 a.m.,
Okay.
you may decide to start with pasta, which you can have in the book.
Okay.
So that's not a typical breakfast food. So I get away from those kind of names, but I call it meal one.
Right.
And the idea is flexibility, because
Okay.
some people say I work a graveyard shift.
Okay.
So, I don't want to eat these foods at, 7 o'clock at night. I'm
Right.
eating more. So I always say break them up in just being meals, but also it's what you want. Clean and lean is about flexibility.
Right.
So if you want to have pancakes, you can have pancakes with whole wheat or whole grain flour. Okay.
Oh.
Is that a problem?
No. I was
come
with you for a moment.
Come on now, listen. Listen, if eating all the old stuff was okay, then we wouldn't be in this situation. So
That's
we got to
right.
change it up a little bit.
Okay.
Right?
Dr.
You could-
Ian, if you start and just say you're doing really good and you hit 15, 16 day and you're just having a moment and you went and got a cheesesteak and some fries, what do you do then? Do you start back over day one or just... Okay.
No, because clean and lean does not penalize you from falling off the plan. The first thing I say in the book is nobody's perfect.
Okay.
I'm not perfect. No one's going to be perfect. I don't ask you to eat perfectly, but it's different than keto diet. The keto diet, if you went off the plan, yes, you'd have to start all over again.
All right.
It could, because it punishes you. With clean and lean, it doesn't punish you. You have a bad day, you have a bad meal, it's okay. It's like falling off your bike. Get right back on and start pedaling again.
See, that's what I do. I do intermittent fasting. That's the way I kind of maintain. Mm-hmm. I don't work out as much as I used to, but for me, that's how I maintain. I'm not going to lie, Dr. Ian. I'm in Chicago. I cheated a little bit, and I was vegan for like 4 days.
Okay.
Until I saw some Harold's fish. And I was like, yo.
Well, it's not cheating. We don't call it cheating.
Right.
We say having fun.
Right.
It's okay to have fun.
I had a little fun today.
Okay.
So some people, they'll do this. You know what? I'm just going to go get a whole detox. I'm going to clean my body like straight out and start all over. What do you say about that?
I say if you do it, make sure you do an eating detox.
Okay.
Don't do liquid detoxes are okay for a very short period of time.
Right.
But you also want to make sure you're being nutritionally sound.
Okay.
Right? Because you don't want to exclude important vitamins, minerals, and nutrients.
That's true.
So I don't mind detoxing, but detoxing by eating foods that naturally detoxify you.
Gotcha.
Like I can give you a week. Oh, if you want a cleanse for a week, I can give you one.
Okay.
But you're going to eat food and some liquids, but it's not going to be all liquid, like you see in People Magazine. And those
Exactly.
Kind of places. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Because I was stuck to the toilet like all weekend, man.
But once again, we don't believe in cheating in clean and lean. We don't call it cheating.
Right.
I incorporate that. There's pasta, there's beef, there's pork, there's all kinds of things on our food list on page 21. But that makes it accessible to everybody, right? And affordable. The key things are it has to be affordable, has to be accessible, and sustainable. What's the good of going on a program if you can't do it for a long time?
Absolutely.
What happens now? I just turned to page 131 about the workout plan. So I have to work out and do the foods too. Am I going to still lose the 15 pounds if I don't work out?
Do you have to work out? You don't have to work out, but I want you to work out because people in our Facebook group who just did the food, they would have lost 10 pounds. The people who did the food and the workout,
Got it.
they went up to 15 pounds. So you probably get 30% to 40% more weight loss when you do the workout. And by the way, we're not saying go to the gym for an hour.
Right.
We're saying 30 minutes. Rick and I can do it right here in the studio. It's 30 minutes, no machines, no equipment. It's very simple. And there are 3 tracks. There's a beginner track, intermediate, and advanced. So there's no excuse to say that you can't do something as far as movement.
Exactly. And people need to understand that working out is just really not about sweating. I mean, as we get older, we need our muscles to function, to walk every single day. If you don't have that muscle, what happens?
Atrophy.
There you go.
If you don't use it, you lose it. So,
Right.
And one of the things we tell people is resistance training, by the way, is not about building, muscles like the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Resistance training is about building nice, lean muscle.
Right.
Because it's that lean muscle that will keep you balanced. It's a lean muscle that is actually more metabolically active, which means it needs to be fed more calories.
Right.
The reason why men lose weight faster than women is not because men are better than women. It's because we have more lean muscle mass.
That's right.
And that lean muscle mass requires more energy, which means we can eat more food
Right.
and burn it off because our muscle needs to be fed.
Right. So atrophy, guys, is when the muscle just goes nowhere, just disappears, gone, poof.
Nothing.
There it is.
And the mistake that we make is we don't use our muscles as we get older, and therefore we fall. We're weak, and this book shows you don't need to lift weights in order to get your resistance training in.
There it is. 30 days, 30 foods, and a new you. Clean and lean. Dr. Ian, thank you so much.
Let me put
on
down this.
Instagram at Dr. Ian Smith, spelled Dr. out, I-A-N Smith. First 5 who mentioned the show get a free
Rick and
copy of
Sasha.
Clean and Lean.
So mention Rick and Sasha
You
and
got
get that
to.
copy. Thank you, Dr. Ian.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
See you.